Hello, my name's Allison, and in my video I will be talking about the communicative disease, malaria. Let's get started. So what is malaria? Well, it is a parasite that attacks red blood cells. About 1,700 cases are diagnosed in the U.S. each year, and in 2016, 216 million clinical cases occurred, and 445,000 died, most of them being children in Africa. Now, there are 4 kinds of malaria parasite that infect humans, them being the Plasmodium falciparum, Plasmodium vivax, Plasmodium ovale, and the Plasmodium knowlesi. In this picture right here is an example of the Plasmodium falciparum next to red blood cells as it infects them. Some symptoms of the parasite are fever and flu-like, and you experience these because they attack the red blood cells and cause them to burst, so your body experiences the shaking chills, headache, muscle aches, and tiredness. You could also experience nausea, vomiting, and diarrhea, and some may also cause anemia, which is a lack of healthy red blood cells in the blood, and jaundice, which is the yellowing of the eyes and skin. If you do not treat it promptly, it may cause kidney failure, seizures, mental confusion, coma, and even death. Now you may be wondering, what causes malaria? Well, it's our favorite bug of all, the mosquito. And more specifically, it is the female Anopheles mosquito. So in order to be infected, the mosquito has to already be infected from a previous blood meal from someone who has malaria. So this parasite mixes with the mosquito's saliva. So once you get bitten, it is then injected into you, and then the incubation ranges from 7 to 30 days. But unfortunately, these mosquitoes are not the only way you can get malaria. You can also get the disease by blood transfusions, organ transplants, shared needles or syringes, and a mother can transfer it to her infant through childbirth. In order to treat malaria, there are several anti-malarial drugs available for people to use. Now, the type of drug and the length of treatment depend on the type of malaria, where the person was infected, their age, whether they are pregnant, and how sick they are at the beginning of treatment. In order to prevent malaria, people would use the same anti-malarial drugs prior to traveling. Now, malaria has a very complex life cycle, and the surface of it constantly changes, so scientists are not able to find a vaccine for it now, but there are many of them working on it. So in order to protect yourself against malaria, we have a few ABCDs that you can follow. So A is for awareness, which means being aware of where you're traveling. A lot of malaria infected mosquitoes are located in Africa, so just being aware of where you're traveling and then properly preparing for that. B would be the bite prevention. So this would include wearing proper clothing to protect your skin, and also like buying things like bug spray or stuff that prevents mosquitoes from coming near you and biting you. C is the chemoprophylaxis, which would be the use of the preventative medicine to protect your body from the parasite that the mosquito could infect you with. And finally, D would be the diagnosis, which means that you want to, if you think you have malaria after you've previously traveled to a place that carries it, you want to go to a doctor immediately because the disease can become fatal quickly, and recognizing it early could increase your chances of survival and ridding yourself of the disease. So, to end my video, here are a few references that I used. I hope you enjoyed, and thank you so much for watching.